Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome back to Tekpon. Today our guest is Mohammed, the CEO and founder at vFairs. Hello.
Hey, Christian, thanks for having me today on the podcast.
Very nice to meet you. For anybody that doesn't know, please tell us what is vFairs.
So vFairs is all-in-one event tech platform. We help companies of all sizes run virtual, hybrid, and in-person events. We have been doing it for the past 7+ years. Anyone looking to run events, we are the guys to help on that one.
What did you say is the biggest problem that you're solving for companies?
Yeah, I think, see, for us, the way I see it is that events has always been a very established industry. But the way I see that, it's also an industry where a lot of money is being spent that in many ways it's very hard to find the ROI for that. So traditional events, they were all in person. And with those in-person events, the following were the challenges, right? Number one, it was limited by the reach. So only the people who are around that particular location can attend that event. It always used to be super expensive, just by the very nature of it. It would also have very poor data regarding, its, the ROI. So we started with the virtual events first, and again, we solved a lot of those problems through our technology. And then we also helped, with in-person events where, again, we are helping them, better find the ROI through technology. We are helping them, capture leads and capture prospects a lot more. So again, just helping event organizers see the ROI for their events and helping them do a lot more naturally where it's less labor intensive. That's what we're trying to do.
That's fantastic. You put it great. So you work with both physical events and also online events.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. What did you say are your best features?
Yeah, see, I think it varies from customer to customers. The way I see it is that people who are doing virtual events, for them, the thing that matters the most is how exactly their virtual event can be memorable. It is not yet another Zoom call. So for virtual events, the thing that we are the most proud of is that we have this immersive experience within our virtual events that make those events extremely memorable. That's one. And the second thing is then, again, our virtual events have the depth of feature set. So the kind of networking features that we have where you can feel as if you're actually in a real world environment. You're walking around, you're able to see each other, you're able to converse with each other. That for me, stands out the most. For in-person event, I'm just of the opinion that the way we let people capture each other information through the use of a mobile app, QR code, scanning functionality, and the ability for them to kind of take notes on that one as they're having the conversation with each other. That's great. So these were, again, historically some of my favorite features. Like nowadays, both in virtual and in person, the thing that stands out the most is our AI integration with both virtual event platform and event tech platform. And again, with AI, things are just looks a lot more intelligent just overnight, which otherwise, you go back and you see like how you were doing things before and how much an effort it used to take for people to look at the data, analyze the data, and then, capture something out of it. Now, just because, our technology is deeply integrated with OpenAI, just, by sending a prompt, okay, tell me, who attended the event so far. Tell me who was the most active users of my event. Tell me who I should follow up, who is the most, engaged prospect that I should be reaching out to. All of those things you literally find out with a single click. And I think for me, that OpenAI integration is the key.
Wow, that's fantastic. So I think it helped you a lot in the past few weeks since it launched. Wow. I was curious to know if you work with any SaaS events that we may know.
Sorry, can you repeat the question?
If you work with any SaaS events that we may know, or
favorite
SaaS story.
Yeah, no. So for us, again, some of again, we work with some of the biggest companies out there, whether it's Nestle or Microsoft or SAP and so forth. And again, they run tons of those events that are in many cases powered by vFairs. They're both in person as well as virtual. So for me, it's hard to pick a favorite, but yeah, both of those ones, all of those ones are there at the top for me.
Do you have any industries that you support, or?
No, I think that's a brilliant question. See, just over the last 12 months, we have worked with companies from 100 plus different industries. So in a way, our platform is very much industry agnostic. Having said that, if I have to pick up the top 5 ones, these are the following. So we work a lot with education industry. So a lot of universities work with us. Government work with us. A lot of those, educational organizations work with us. That's first. A lot of just non-profit associations work with us. So these non-profit associations, they run their just annual customer conferences, annual fundraising events. So we work with them a lot. A lot of event professionals, they work with us. So again, they might be providing a lot of other services to their end customers, but they need the technology to power the event, and that's why they become our one of the most prominent customers. They eventually have their own end customer. Then again, a lot of Fortune 500 companies work with us. So these involve some of the biggest tech companies out there, some of the biggest FMCG and pharmaceutical companies out there. So these are just some of the industries that that works with us the most. Having said that, anyone or everyone who run events, whether it's virtual or in person, we work with them. As such, yeah.
Happy for you. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Why is your pricing not public? Why is it private?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great question. See, the challenge with when we are providing an enterprise tech platform is that if you just put one pricing, that can sometimes be misleading. I'll give you an example, right? So, for example, if a customer, they come to us and they say, "Oh, I want to run an in-person event with you, but my in-person event is very small and I only need a batch printing app from you." That's a different quotation versus, "I need a batch printing software, I need the mobile app, I need the virtual event software," and so forth. So our product is such that we on purpose don't want the customer to purchase it online, because we want to guide them which option works out best for them. Having said that, again, our pricing is pretty transparent. Everyone gets the same pricing, and we are trying our best to just go ahead and put kind of at least a very high level estimate of what this would eventually cost to anyone. It's just that events, they can be of 50 people, and we have helped customers run events with 100,000 people, and it's just very hard to come up with sometimes a single pricing that makes sense for everyone.
No, it makes total sense. Thank you for explaining. When you start the company, and how did you come up with the idea?
Yeah, so for me, I started the company just out of my own pain. I wanted to run events, and again, I was looking for event tech providers, and in many cases, I either didn't find the technology that can help me, just fully configure the type of event I wanted to run, or B, it was extremely expensive, or C, even if the technology was there. See, running an event is it's a very time critical, and it's a very sensitive thing. You spend weeks and months for that 1 or 2 day of an event, right? So it's a very lonely job. It's not like a typical ATS or a CRM, etc., where every day is the same. Here you're going to work for months for that 1 or 2 days. It's like your wedding day. It cannot go wrong, right? And most of the event tech providers out there, they will give you the technology, but they will not give you the professional support with whom you can brainstorm on how to really run a successful event. So for me, again, I wanted to have technology that's configurable and flexible. So eventually I built one. And then I started running my own events. I never wanted to be an event tech provider, but once I ran 50, hundreds of my own events, companies started coming to me and said, "Oh, by the way, we love your technology. Can we rent your technology to run an event? And can you please also give us that consulting support to help us run a successful event?" So that led to the birth of vFairs. So again, for me, I'm an event organizer first, and in a way, it's a technology that's built by an event organizer for event organizers, right? So that's the history of vFairs.
Such a fascinating story. Wow. How big is your team right now?
It's 231 people, as we speak right now.
Okay. Have you raised any funding?
No, we haven't raised any funding. Yeah.
What's your best piece of advice for some founder that wants to bootstrap their way to?
Yeah.
success?
See, I think just talk to prospects, right? If you will talk to prospects a lot, you will find out that which market segment is still unserved. For whatever reason, it might be because of that certain functionalities that are important for customers are missing, or maybe it's not at the right price point. So you might still be able to enter the market with the right price point, right? So for me, I think again, day one when we launched this particular company, we already had a dozen plus customers who wanted to sign up with us. So from day one, we were profitable to begin with, right? So again, for me, I've always run the business such that, again, just the business unit economics should make sense. I don't like to spend like $3 just to earn $1. So for us, again, from day one, we were profitable. We are profitable right now. Again, we don't have to really, kind of report to anyone except for our own customers, right? So, as far as you have that where you are working just to serve the customers, it helps. Eventually, every company, eventually might have to raise money to kind of go to the next stage. But I think having the right unit business economics will help your own company, will help your team, and again, even I think will help the investors see you as someone who takes care of money in a proper way, right? So yeah, I think for me the key is just talking to prospects, actually knowing what is the problem you're trying to solve, and then go ahead and solve it better than anyone else, right? And then provide the most amazing customer support on top of that. I think that's the key for me.
What's your current ARR?
It's $20 million right now.
And what are your future plans with the company?
Yeah, so the future plans, again, I think we are super excited, in terms of what we are building right now, whether it's, again, much more deeper integration with OpenAI, whether it's a bit, again, we are expanding towards, a bit on metaverse. And again, we continue to build depth of feature set for several other use cases, right? So for us, we have a very, very, kind of ambitious technical roadmap, and that's what we're working on the most. And, I think we want to do that by taking care of our customers, really well. So again, for us, taking care of existing customers has always been higher importance than capturing new customers. So again, take care of existing customers first, build great technology to help them, and help acquire new customers then.
Fantastic. Wow, fantastic. What has been your best growth tactic for gaining new people to the platform?
Yeah, see, for me, it has been just again, take care of your existing customers first, and if you take care of them in a proper way, the word of mouth effect that you're going to get out of that is what is the best. So for me, it's not that, oh, by the way, go ahead and do out. All of those things are important. Outbound is important, SEO is important, SEM is important, attending events is important, social media is important, LinkedIn. All of those things are important. But if I have to pick one, that one thing for me is take care of your existing customers first, and if you take care of them, that will help you get the growth that you want.
Thank you so much for sharing. What has been your biggest challenge since starting the company?
Yeah, so for me, I think the biggest challenge has been we are a very much customer focused, customer obsessed kind of a company, and again, doing that when you're a small team, which was 25, 30, 40, 50 people, it's always easy. Again, when we scaled the company from 50 people to 250 people almost in 6 months, and making sure that culture is there in every single employee, which again, we are always a remote first employer. Just making sure of that continues to be the thing that we spend the most amount of time on, and continues to be again, our single biggest edge over anyone else. So for me, I won't call it a challenge, but it's a part where we do spend a lot of time making sure that our salespeople knows, our customer success people knows, marketing team knows. Like for us, again, making sure that existing customers are served first, well, in a proper way, is always going to be the highest importance. And again, we strive to deliver the best of the best service to them every single day. So I think that's for me is the key.
And I saw you focus a lot on education. How important is it to your business?
Yeah, I think it's extremely important. See, for me, 90% of sales is knowledge and education, right? So for, again, if you have education, whether it's internally about the product, whether it is about your customers, I think for me, just having a grip on what the product is, what is the problem we are trying to solve, and for everyone to speak the same language of, what we offer to our customers. For me, that's the key. I think, that's the key. And, I always tell our salespeople that I care less about the sales technique. I care more about just, how educated you are on the product that we are, selling. Because if you do that, if you just focus on trying to understand what the customer problem is and, help solve them that, I think, for me, that is the only thing that matters, which is we are just doing justice to, whoever is reaching out to us.
So valuable. Okay. Wow. I'd love to hear how you started your career. So from the beginning, what is the story?
Yeah, so I did my bachelor's in computer sciences. I then did my master's in computer sciences as well from University of Texas at Austin in the US. I worked with IBM over there for a couple of years. I was a software engineer. Then I shifted into product management. From product management, I became an event organizer. I wanted to run events and again, make money, for the company who I was running events for by selling again, the stands and the booths and all of that stuff. And yeah, that eventually led me because again, I started getting these incoming requests from attendees and exhibitors who are participating in my events to actually rent out the software to run their events, and that's what led kind of me to kind of start vFairs as a company.
Do you have any tips for people attending events, conferences?
Yeah, I think for me, the key to any of that is that again, just give it the time for you to really get the best out of any event, whether it's a virtual one or in-person one. I think nowadays we're all trying to do too many things at the same time. So again, even if I'm attending a virtual event or in-person event, I might still be working on a lot of other things. I might still be replying to emails, and be selective in what you want to attend. I think, but if you have committed to attend something, I say that give it the due attention, because I think anyone who's running the event in most cases have spent months curating the content, months preparing for that event, and you will see that if you will give your heart and time to it, it will give you the ROI back. So again, yeah, I think attend selected events, but nevertheless, when you decide to attend one, give it the entire focus that you initially planned to do so. Yeah.
Absolutely. What's your favorite SaaS product apart from vFairs?
Yeah, I love HubSpot. So again, we use HubSpot as our CRM tool, and again, I think for us that has been just a game changer. I think it's a very, very beautiful product, very easy to use, and something that, again, even if you're a small company or even if you're a mid-sized company like ours, it helps you as you're growing. It has already grown you to the next stage. So again, I just see that has been a kind of one of the key pillars for our growth. Yeah.
What's your best piece of advice for a SaaS founder?
Again, for me, the best piece of advice is that again, get into things that you love doing. Again, for me, I know that most of the SaaS founders sometimes comes from technology background, and again, they are a lot more focused in building the product. My recommendation to them would be actually the opposite. Talk to a lot of prospects and customers first, and then go back and build the product. You will save tons of weeks, months, years of effort if you go ahead and just interview 10, 15, 20, 30 prospects. I think the piece of advice that you're going to get out of them, from them, will just help you save months, if not years of effort.
But having the background in events helped you a lot with vFairs, right?
It helped me definitely, because I was able to see the pain that I was going through as an event organizer. So that did help me pick up my niche. Having said that, again, I'm of the opinion that, yeah, see, nowadays, if anyone would spend, I know, like 3 to 6 months, just digging deeper into anything, there's so much information available nowadays, and you can get into interview calls where you can learn. People are, willing to share their problems. That I don't think so. That's a prereq for anyone to be successful. Having an industry knowledge definitely helps, but having one is not a prereq either.
Yeah, I was curious to know your take on that. So thank you for sharing. Those are my main questions. If you have anything else to share on the podcast, this would be the time.
Thank you, Christian. Thank you for having me over there. And again, those of you who are listening to this, if you're ever looking for again, an event tech to run your event, whether it's a small event with 50, 100 people, or if it's a big event with, 5,000, 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 people, please do reach out to us. Again, if you mention this podcast, we might be able to just give you a bit of a discount also on this one, just because you are a listener for Tekpon podcast. So yeah, looking forward to serving your audience through our platform.
Thank you so much for joining, and your insights were super valuable. Thank you.
Thanks, Christian. Take care.